Okay, this is instructions on how to play this game. First, you're going to plug it in. Then on the back of the game down at the floor, there's a switch right here. You're just going to flip it over. The game will load. First, you will see the screen turn on, and then 10 seconds later, you will see it say connecting up here. That's when the actual game turns on. Then you let it load. Up here you've got the light, and you have a paper clip that sits right there. So you get the paper clip, and in the top of her head you'll see a pinhole that matches, blends in with her hair right there. Put the paper clip in, and you slightly angle it down, and there's a switch in there that turns that light off if you don't want it on. Push it again, it turns back on. Put the paper clip back in there and let it stay. You do not have to turn the game off every time. I recommend you don't. The computer takes enough power that it'll eat maybe $1 a year. You just take your control, and down here in this corner you aim it, push the off button, and it will turn off. And then there will be a little red light down there, right there. Aim the control at it, it turns back on. You can choose different size screens by doing ratio. There it is. And then you use your select button, I believe. To select different ratios, different things. You can do volumes, things like that. Trying to figure out how to get it to go one at a time. Let me try the up button. Yeah, not sure how to do that. I believe that's the thing I'm looking for. So you hit it, okay, and there you go. Then you can switch between 16:9, which gives you a wider screen, but it can blur out your stuff and make it look weird. You can do, I believe it's 16:9 for fighting games, and then original for regular games. Once you've got that, then you just hit exit down here, and it'll exit out. And then there's some Velcro on the side. Stick it up there while you play. You've got your headphones hanging here and here. You can have 2 people listening. You've got volume control here. You get your headphones can be plugged in right there. You've got your treble this way and your bass that way. I leave it slightly towards treble. It sounds the best. The coin things are just for looks. They don't work anymore. But you can put coins in and they'll drop into the case behind. It does have a key for that. It also has a key for the back door. We'll look at that in a minute. The game controls work this way. You hit coin and player 1 at the same time, and it will take you out of the game, and it will put you into selection of games. Now you can go right or left or up or down to select them. So you got your arcade classics, you pull down, it'll go through them. You can go to the right. You can pick games from years. You can pick games from, you know, fighting games, Atari games, just basically all your games, Capcom's, driving games. So if you want to do, you know, driving, then you pull it down and it'll scroll through the games. Gottlieb, you name it, it's all in here. I don't know, I think there's 3,000 some odd games or 8,000, can't remember. But I like to get it to favorites. There we go. So it's got favorites. Then if you push coin, you will get this. And you can push sideways to say M and then push fire. And it will bring you to the M's. That way you don't have to scroll down all day to get through them. So we're going to do coin, and we're going to pick G for Galaga. Hit fire. And there's Galaga Speed Hack. I like that one. So if I want to play it, I'm going to hit fire. And now it's going to load that game. The games will take 10 to 15 seconds to load. Now, while it's loading, these controls are 1 player and 2 player, but sometimes 2 player does not work on both. Depending on the game and its programming, you may have to move and let the other player play over here also. So player 1 and player 2 have to play. In the fighting game modes, both controls work. You need to learn what buttons do what for which fighting game you're on. But these buttons are set up to match up with the way this is set up. So your buttons are right there. Okay. So you're only going to use these 4. The other 2 are for 6 fighter games, and that is Power Instinct, the game that those are set for. The trackball work for like Centipede, stuff like that. You can put LEDs in these if you'd like. I don't like it. This controller is a 4-way controller, or you can lift it up and rotate it, and now it is an 8-way controller. You can lift it back up, rotate it back, it's now a 4-way controller. The way you play a game is you enter a coin. Let me pull this out so we can hear it. Then you hit start, player 1, or you can enter 2 coins and do player 2. We'll just, we'll play player 2. Now you got players 1 and 2. You have the fire button right there. Move it left and right. If you want to go to auto fire, you hit that and that at the same time. Now it'll auto fire. If you're holding it down. Or you can do out of auto fire, which is this, and now it will only fire 1 at a time. If you hold it down, it won't fire. And if you want to get out of the game, you push these 2 at the same time, coin and player 1, and it'll take you back out of the game. Now, in the back of the game, let's spin it around here. You've got the keyboard for programming the game if you need to. And can open the back. And back here you've got, let me stop it. Okay. So you open the back up, and there's no big computer anymore. I use it for kind of a storage box, but this is your sound, volume, and headset. Got your HDMI cable going to a TV. Got the Pi 3B Plus, and then this here is a timing system because this has to turn on after the TV turns on. This is just an extra cable. So this is a timer relay that I built, and it just uses some basic automotive relays, the 5-pin automotive relay you can find in any AutoZone, and just make sure that you unplug one wire and put it on the new relay, unplug another, put it in the same spot on the relay. Don't unplug them all. If you do screw up and don't do what I just said, this is the wiring diagram here for those. Okay, so you got bus port, so all of your 120 plugs are plugged in for your power supplies. This is again your 120 volt switch from the wall. I recommend, like I say, I recommend just leaving it on and using the power to turn the TV off and on. This, like I said, does not use maybe but $1 per year. If anything goes out on it, I would expect it to be these. This you can pick up on Amazon, and it is in the wiring diagram right here. So that's the input side, and that is the output side. So just follow the wiring. If you need to get somebody that knows a little bit more about wiring. And there is some tricks to this game to program it. This is your advanced only stuff that tells you how to do the programming, how to set up your buttons, and when you're done doing that, you put it back in kid mode so that nobody can push buttons and program it. Current button layout is this. So as you're programming, it'll ask you those questions. You touch the button as you're going. And then Wi-Fi info is this. And that gives you the ability to program it or update it through the internet. And in the very back here, back behind here is a SD card. You can change SD cards to download other games on, but I highly suggest you don't do that. This thing has 8,000 games, so if you really need more than that, you got a problem. You should probably go to Gamer Anonymous or something. But this wiring here is just for the light and the speakers. Like I said, that one of these is an extra HDMI that's not needed. I believe it's actually this one, so I'm going to get rid of it. I put in a higher quality HDMI cable the other day, so this drawer comes up out and you can put things underneath it. And then you can put a padlock in there. Pretty much that's about it. Let's see what else we can think of. Got some extra buttons for you there. I use that light batteries are out right now, but change the batteries in it, and then the Velcro sticks the light right up somewhere in this area, and you can reach in, turn it on. It gives you cabinet lights. So yeah, not sure where that goes, but it's like a flashlight. And I think that's about it. It's a very durable, heavy, original game box. This used to be a Centipede game, and the paper's still on the back. But that game is no longer in the box anymore, but it does have Centipede. Amazing how this used to take the whole back of the box for the computer, and now it takes this much room for 8,000 games. It used to take the whole back of the box for one game. So that'd be about it. Hope you have fun with it. Got your drink holders here, and got your headset holders there. Enjoy.